Hi folks, it's Gab and Dad. And
Reunited at last.
And you may wonder where we are. Just look at the sea behind us. We're in Nova Scotia and it's the end of the summer and it's beautiful and calm. But we're told that a Hurricane Earl, is heading this way. So we better get on with it, Gab, before we get blown away.
Yeah, important business. We're going to do a Q&A. This is
Q&A.
an unofficial celebration of passing 1,000 subscribers.
And we're up to about 1150 now.
Something like that, yeah. And so thank you to everyone, of course, as usual. And we've gotten some questions from our great viewers for a Q&A. So let's just hit it. Well, we sort of just answered one question, which was from Mr. Hollick. He wanted to know what I had done with Dad this summer.
She's kept me locked up here by the sea in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, he's been here, and so that's why you haven't seen as much of Dad. But summer's over, and so onwards.
Okay.
Okay, Dad, what has been your favorite film of the year so far? This is from Least Liked Critic 75. He wants to know what all of us think, but what do you think?
Well, it's always hard to answer that question, but the film that pops into mind, maybe because I've seen it fairly recently, is Inception.
And maybe also because it's an awesome movie.
And it's an awesome movie, which I found to be, as a kind of an action film, exciting and gripping, but I also found it to be thoughtful and smart, and the kind of film you think about and talk about for some time afterwards. So I would pick Inception probably as my favorite of the year.
I probably would as well. And I also asked Max, because they wanted to know what Max thought too. And Max said his favorite movie of the year so far is Toy Story 3.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Now a question for you, Gabrielle, from Christopher S. Mack. And the question is, what's it like living in Toronto?
Well, as you know, Gab and Dad are based most of the year in Toronto, yes. Which is in Ontario, Canada, major city, Canadian city, and I think it's a pretty good place to live. It's a major city. It's got lots to offer. Arts,
poor climate.
Sports. Well, yeah.
Lousy climate.
That's not the city's fault. That's more Canada's fault.
Yeah.
It's winters are very cold. Summer is short. That's the only thing I don't like about it, but otherwise, it's a fun place to live, and it's a great place to see movies. And the Toronto International Film Festival is coming up in September.
It starts in a week or two, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Dad, who's your favorite film critic, such as from a newspaper or Roger Ebert? This is the critic with a mouth. Ask this question.
Well, I like A.O. Scott.
I like
of
A.O.
the
Scott,
New York Times.
Yeah. And he was also on At the Movies, which is recently
yes.
wrapped up.
And I like David Denby of the New Yorker magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Those would certainly be two of my favorites. Probably A.O. Scott would be my most
mine
favorite.
too, and also the critics at Entertainment Weekly are pretty good too.
Of course, what that means when you say your favorite critic, it means the critic that you agree with when it comes to...
Exactly, well, of course.
And I agree with A.O. Scott.
And they usually express things a little bit better than maybe we could have.
All right, and now for you, Gabrielle, from the Film Guy 47.
Yeah?
In Batman 3, who would you like to play the Riddler?
Well, of course, we're all not all, but many people are highly anticipating the third Batman film from Christopher Nolan. And from what I gather from what's been spoken of, I think Leonardo DiCaprio's name has been out there. Johnny Depp's name has been mentioned. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he was in Inception. He was I forget his name, in the Inception, the guy who was floating around and doing the fighting in the hotel scene.
Okay.
And I like all of those suggestions. I think probably my first pick would be Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And Johnny Depp too. Leonardo DiCaprio, I'm not quite so sure. I think he's great, but I'm not sure I can picture that. So I'm really happy with all of the rumored names so far. I'd be happy with any of them. I'd just be happy to know once this film goes into production, knowing it's actually the ball's rolling on that one. Okay, Dad. If you can pinpoint it, this is from Video Clerks. If you can pinpoint it, what movie changed you from a casual movie fan to a full-blown film junkie, and why?
Well, first of all, I'm not sure I'm a full-blown film junkie.
Well, you're full-blown.
I'm certainly full-blown, and I'm a junkie, but I'm not certain I can pick one particular movie. I don't think one particular movie did it. I think perhaps two things I would pick out in general. One is the whole experience of going to a movie. It's not just seeing a film. It's a sort of a communal experience. You're there with lots of other people in a dark room. There's all the surrounds, the junk food and the teasers for films that are coming.
That's the full-blown.
Well, it's a kind of an all-in experience, not just the film. And the other thing, of course, is that Gabrielle and I have been going to movies together for a long time, and that's part of it too. We enjoy it as a father-daughter thing. and that contributes to the pleasure. So I wouldn't pick out one film. I would pick out kind of the event nature of going to the movies. It's a kind of a treat. You're going out, you're doing something interesting.
And the more you do that, if it started in your youth, which it did for me and you as well, it's organic. It just evolves as you evolve as a person. It's just a part of you. It's not like a turning point where you wake up one morning. That's how I would feel about it. So.
All right. Gabrielle, this is from the one and only Paris. Obviously Paris Hilton, I assume.
Of course.
And the question is, so what's your favorite YouTube video?
Well, other than ours.
Yeah, well, certainly ours are my favorites.
Of course, what I mostly watch is film review ones and film-related ones. But, then there's those viral, jokey ones. And I have to say probably my favorite one as of late is Charlie Bit Me.
That's one of the most famous ones.
Yeah.
Millions of people have seen that, right?
Billions.
I've watched that. It's the most boring, dull, pointless.
It's cute and hilarious.
Just a little kid biting another little
And then
kid.
there's been all these remixes of it, and it's adorable. I like the British accent and the fact that it's a little kid.
Spoofs.
Oh, the Hitler ones are good too.
Yeah, the Hitler spoofs.
And of course, there's the timeless cat flushing toilet, which I showed it to Dad, and Dad said, "So is this what you do at work all day?" Which basically, yes. So I'd say
I'm not sure you should say that. Your boss might be watching.
My boss does not watch this.
Well, in that case, the possibilities are endless.
Okay, Dad.
Yes.
Next question for you. What makes you want to continue reviewing movies? And this is from our good friend, Quick Movie Reviews. Hello, Chris.
Oh, it's just a fun thing to do, that's all. And it's, of course, it's always... You get to talk, you get to express your opinion, however crazy and stupid it may be. And there's nobody saying, hey, that's a crazy and stupid opinion.
There's nobody saying that?
Well...
Don't you read our comments?
No. That would be too depressing.
It can be depressing, yeah. Well, I think in the context of reviewing on YouTube, it's the feedback. I think that it really gets, for me anyway, a little bit addictive to know that we're not just talking into a void, but it's with the responses that you get.
It's like a void to me.
Well,
all right.
Okay.
This is from Mike Band Show. Gabrielle, what movies do you think should not have won Best Picture at the Oscars, and what movies do you think were snubbed?
This could be a very long video in and of itself.
Yes, well, we can't take it. Okay, that's enough. Cut.
Just off the top of my head, not to overanalyze, the first thing that comes to my head that I wasn't happy about winning, I might get in trouble for this, but I really disliked Slumdog Millionaire.
Oh, I agree with that. Absolutely.
Totally overrated.
Totally overrated.
I know a lot of people loved it.
It was politically correct. That was one of the reasons it was chosen.
I was really disappointed by that.
Bad choice. Very bad choice.
It just made the Academy feel good. And,
I agree. I agree.
And should have won, that's a whole other conversation too, but the thing that often comes to mind is the year that Shakespeare in Love won over Saving Private Ryan. That was political. That was just something that should not have happened, and it was just one of those fluke things that I never agreed with, and that always comes to mind with this sort of question.
All right.
Okay. This is from our good friend CK61938. His question for all of us is, what's the very first movie we went to see, and how old were we?
Oh, well, I mean, first...
Think way back.
Way back in the 17th century. I think the first movie I went to see was probably when I was about 7 or 8. And if I remember correctly, I went by myself. My mother sent me off to the movies, and it was like a crime film. That's turned me into the guy that I am today. Now, my memory may be playing... I don't remember what the film was called. But I do have a distinct recollection of as a small child, which was a long time ago, sitting watching by myself this crime film. And Ma, look at the consequences.
Yeah.
And what about you?
That explains a lot. I cannot remember what my very first movie was. It was probably with you, because my childhood memories were more with you taking me to movies.
Yeah.
I have a vague memory of, I think, Lone Ranger.
Hi-yo, Silver, away!
Or Zorro or
Who is
something
that man
like
with the masked mask? No, who is the man with the mask? Whatever.
Something like that. And they used to play the national anthem in the beginning.
We
I remember
used to
that.
stand up, yes.
And you used to be able to smoke in the music.
Did.
Well, I did. You probably did when you were 8 at the gangster
movie. And
movie.
they had cartoons, they had news. They had the Pathé News. Remember that?
Well, that was your day, not mine.
You find out how the World War II was progressing.
And I can answer for Max. I distinctly remember the first movie I took him to was Finding Nemo when he was 1 year old.
All right, now I'm going to ask you a question put by the Golden Studios.
Vincent from the Golden
Vincent
Studios.
from Golden.
Yeah?
Who is your favorite actor or actress, and what's their best performance? And we'll have to wrap this up soon, Gabrielle. I'm keeping an eye on the time.
Well, that's good, but we can still get some more in there.
Okay.
My favorite actress is probably Julianne Moore. I love her in
I
almost
like
everything.
her a lot too. She's very good. Yeah, it's funny.
So it's hard to pinpoint just one, but I loved her in Far From Heaven. And there's a great movie called Safe, which most people are probably not aware of, where she's a severe hypochondriac. And,
I don't know that.
pretty much anything with
Yeah.
Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
You would agree with that?
I like her a lot, yeah.
Okay, Dad. Do you have previous experience as a movie reviewer?
That's an interesting question. I think when I worked on my university newspaper, the Manitoba, back when I was a student at the University of Manitoba, I think I reviewed films once or twice. But
So written.
written, yeah. But certainly, this is my first time on the big screen. Except it's not a big screen; it's actually quite a small screen.
It is. We're
Yeah.
still hoping for the big screen.
We're still hoping for.
Yeah, this is
We're
basically.
hoping to be picked up by one of the major networks.
That's right.
Are you listening, major networks?
Of course they are. This is pretty much all we've ever done, as you can tell.
All right, this is the last question for Gabrielle. It's from.
What do you mean last one? Are we
Well,
really
no,
short
we're
on
running
time?
out of time.
No, we've got more time.
No, we don't really.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't. Well, if we could use up the rest of our time discussing whether we have enough time left.
So ask me another question.
All right, one more question from Chorus 717, and the question is favorite hobby other than movies, and I know the answer to that.
Yeah, some of you might know because I mention it sometimes. It's Taekwondo. Love it. Do it with Max, actually, and we're both red belts, and we're hoping to get our black belts next spring. And it's good for the body, it's good for the mind.
And it's good for the emotional
Good for
stability.
kicking ass.
Good for kicking ass.
Okay, Dad.
Well, don't I get to answer this question too, or is it just for you?
Oh, yeah. What's your other favorite hobby?
I don't have any.
There you go. See?
Woodworking.
He does not do woodworking. And I guess this is a good way to end. What film are we looking forward to most in the rest of the year?
Oh gosh, I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to part 1 of the last Harry Potter, and Max is very much.
Not
Not you.
interested, no.
Black Swan. The Town. And hoping to see some of these at the film festival. Actually.
I just take them as they come.
And that's your life philosophy, right? Oh, and let's just say, what are our future plans for our channel? Somebody asked that as well.
Well, our future plans for the channel are to keep on going. That's all. I mean,
yeah.
we like doing it.
Get more subscribers?
More subscribers. I want some theme music.
Yeah, he wants a fancy opening.
A fancy
if
opening.
anybody wants to help us with that.
Anybody wants to help us with that, and that's about it.
Yeah, just keep
Okay.
on going. So we'll do another Q&A one of these
Keep on
days.
watching.
Thank you very much for watching.